Hello and welcome to Swing and a Crit Miss, a podcast where my friends and I play Tales of the Valiant by Kobold Press. We're not professionals, we're not amazing gamers, we're just having a good time, and we hope you will too. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and welcome to Swing and a Crit Miss. Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It's been a long time since our last session, so let's do some review. Last time, you guys were in the capital of Sulan, where you guys made your way doing some research about various things, incarnates, harbingers, as well as some familial outlooks and seeing into Brenin's family, some people. And you also met the funny character of Siror Ozin, who you delivered your message to, as intended. He knows and has passed along the message of the lunar devils, lunar demons that are coming down and that have appeared in Talshot. And then one night he decided to play a hand and found our good old Athena, or Knight, and gave away that he had been capturing former crewmates, heistmates, I guess, of Athena's and experimenting on them, some of which he has not captured yet. And after a few anxiety-inducing meetups and post-dance findings, you all kind of gathered, and Auran shared his story about being a heist member and stealing a tablet from Siror, and how he woke up and no one else was around him, and that's how he received his phantom form after some sort of accident happened after this heist. And then you were tasked, or at least threatened with, needing to go along to find the door again. Yeah. Find the door that you found in the mountains again, and you would be sent with a guide. And the following morning, you went downstairs and found that your guide was none other than Ro, one of the heist members of Auran, an old friend of his. So, I believe we stopped where you guys walked down the stairs, and Ro was in adventuring gear, looked up at you, and asked, "So, when are we heading out?"
Ro?
Yes?
You didn't tell me you were captured by Siror.
Technically, I wasn't.
What do you mean?
Well, he didn't exactly know about me until you showed up. And then offered me some details and things. And now I'm here.
Well, this is not the time to yada yada yada, Ro. Give me the details.
What details would you like to know?
Did he threaten you? Is he just giving you a job?
He definitely threatened me. But at this moment, the cards fall in my favor to be employed by him rather than experimented on. We all have to pick our own separate hells from time to time. This is the choice I made.
I'm gonna write down on a paper or something. Is he listening to us or watching us now? Oh.
Oh, you're showing... Okay, I see.
I'm showing him. I'm trying to see if he's got like a list, like if Siror's got like a listening, like a bug or something.
I mean, he very well could be. I'd have no way of telling at this point.
Well, my compatriots, if you haven't met them.
Oh, I know a lot about them. You had previously introduced me, or I was at least aware of them.
Well, this is
sorry about the bar the night that I got drunk.
You left me quite a tip, to be perfectly honest, so I can't really complain. Now, I'd be more than happy to finish this as quickly as possible to spare us all some awkwardness and weirdness, to be frank. But so, is there anything else you need to accomplish in the city, or is there other things you need to accomplish before we go find the store and search for the key?
No. We're heading straight out.
Wonderful. Love to hear it. All right. Well,
Out we go.
you guys head out and go towards the portal that leads to the bottom crater of the city. And you find yourselves out looking across the plains of Galen itself.
Sorry. I do want to get. How many days journeys back are we looking at to the mountains at this point?
Let me pull up my map. I should have had this up earlier because I knew someone was gonna ask this. But I am bad at pre-planning things.
I mean, we're not ones to talk. We had how many weeks to level up, and we didn't until just now.
True.
So it's about, I believe last time we said it was about a week and a half or so of journeying, some 2 weeks from where you were.
Week and a half plus potential dungeon run. Okay, I want to get a month's worth of ration or foods for my comforts of home ability.
Okay. Does it have a monetary amount of food that you need to activate that?
Let me see.
It may not, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
No, it's mostly just flavor.
Okay,
Just
I'll
part of
say
a long rest. We can cook meals, tell stories, perform some other activities. And
I'll say for 5 people, a month's worth of rations. We'll say about 5 gold total.
Yeah. Okay. Did anybody else need anything before we actually head out?
Believe I'm good.
Are we still going back
No.
to...
No. Well, he is here. We are going straight to the mountains.
Oh, we didn't do the visit yet?
No.
Ah, shit, okay.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Eric, how does it feel to be the only one without glasses now?
Oh no, I am. Look at
2
that.
eyes.
These
2
are
eyes.
just-
Two
These are
eyes.
just blue light. I don't really need them.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
So you're wearing them. He's not. I'm still going with it.
All right, you guys begin heading your way out towards the mountain, due east, down towards the familiar areas that you passed through much earlier. As you're kind of traveling an already explored road, not too much happens as you're journeying along. You begin to pass by carts and travelers going to the city, elementals doing their yard work, controlled by the farmers throughout the plains. You pass by a couple caravans of people, all talking about various things throughout their travels, until you reach the town of what was the town you got to? Holy cow. Why do I have no notes up? Goodness. Jesus. You'd think I'd be better prepared.
Lorath, Malik. No. Lorath was the one we went through.
Yeah, it's Laura,
Lorith, yes. Okay, thank you.
right?
Or
Yeah.
Illarin.
Illarin was
Illarin is the one we have not heard.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
the town we have not heard anything from yet.
And you come across Lorith as you begin charting away through You are greeted by the strong one, the old gnomish man wearing some fancier armor. Looks across. Oh, you coming back? And with a friend. Wonderful. Welcome back to the city. Are you staying? Are you passing through?
Just passing through.
All right. Well, yeah, the smart. He wanted me to pass on.
Is there steam coming out of his ears and?
Yeah, he's
that
just like
kind of thing.
Rolodexing. About Illirin, I know he discussed that earlier with you. We've sent some people over there to check on them, and they haven't come back. Just in case you wanted to know any more about that information.
Was Illirin just another city nearby?
It was another, like, town collective in the area. A conglomerate, if you
And we have
will,
not been
of
there.
people.
A conglomerate.
Yeah,
We
you
have not been there,
No.
but they when we were asking about things to do, they said that we haven't heard from this town yet. So
Mhm.
Technically, only I was told about that, and I didn't tell you guys about it.
wait, what town? Huh?
Illirin.
Illirin.
Yeah, it's not even in my notes, so I don't even know what we're talking about, to be honest.
If it's not in the notes, you don't remember.
Hey, I don't write stuff down. My character won't know.
There you go. Illirin, Brenin, we were talking about it. We haven't heard from them in a few days, but we sent a couple people. They haven't come back yet. It's been, a couple days since you've been gone, but...
Right. What direction is that in?
Northeast. No,
On the
northwest.
way. It's on our... No.
It was not. It was on the way to Gellin. I got backwards. It was on the way to Gellin, so it's northwest. So Gellin, you're traveling east
Okay.
right now. So Gellin, Lorith, Illirin's like over this way.
How many
Wait,
days
kind of.
traveled would it be?
Only about a day.
But it's not the direction we're headed. So
I don't want to. We're not hiring you for anything. I just know.
I was gonna say, is there anything
Brenin
you
had
can do to
some-
sweeten the deal, oh strong one?
Well,
Perhaps
Jeff,
the rich one or the wealthy one can supply us with means to go check on the town.
there's no rich one here. Sorry to say. You already have probably more money than we have all combined in this town. But it would be more a gesture of good faith. We don't have the funds to hire out adventurers, and at this point, we're not entirely sure if it's mysterious that they're gone yet, or if they're just having a little nice time over at the town while they're down there, and they'll be back in a couple days anyways. It hasn't been long enough to
Perhaps
really
there's
know.
a service that one of your versions can provide us if we were to look into this for you. Perhaps at a discounted rate, just something to sweeten the deal.
Kind of watch them sit down for a bit.
If anything, most likely we will be traveling back through here in sometime within the next month.
Well, I was gonna say if you really need something to sweeten the deal, we'd be happy to offer you some of our food and stores if you need some rations as well. But other than that, we're not really exactly grand adventurers or anything like that. But
I say let's go.
yeah,
Alright.
wait,
Check this out.
go there?
To Illirin? Yeah.
Oh,
That's a day.
is
That's fine.
is our newest edition going to look down upon anything else other than what we've already been tasked with? As I look at Ro.
I wasn't given a timetable, so as far as I care, the work that gets done, my job is to escort you to the mountain and be there to watch you look at this thing. And once my job is done, my job is done.
Can you handle yourself in a fight, Ro?
You could probably ask Cade if you wanted. Was it Kale? I can't remember at this point.
Kale. Well, hello, Kale. Nothing?
Anyways, are we going out?
All right. Yeah. Let's go to Illirin.
Wait,
Alright.
who's
Ro.
Kale?
That was the messenger that was assassinated.
Oh!
at the Bread Dragon Inn.
Wait, what?
Why did you tell him that? Let him forget.
That was you?
He's already started walking in the direction you guys need to go.
I look over at Brenin.
Let's go.
Okay, you guys start heading northwest towards the town of Illarin. You kind of have to go through some more side paths of the plains here and there. It's a little off of the sort of main road that you've been traveling on before. You pass by more farm collectives, a couple buildings here, a couple buildings here, everyone kind of working together. You actually see some more earth elementals in this area as they begin harvesting and patting down the soil a little bit more and creating those divots that I can't remember the names of for farming. And you begin passing through a couple. Gets to be probably like late afternoon, early evening, as you begin in the distance to see what was described to you as a town of Illarin. Much in the same way as Lorith, more of just like a bunch of people decided to build a bunch of buildings around this area. And you've noticed now that you've got closer and closer, the amount of random farm houses and stuff and people working out in the fields has slowly gone down and down until you're now kind of maybe a mile away or so from the town, and you don't really see anyone. There's not really any like farming set up. It looks like there's stuff growing, but it hasn't been tended to. It's kind of all growing wild. And it seems to be just not taken care of or well maintained as you get closer and closer.
Let's camp for the night.
Oh, okay. By all
Getting
means.
late. Let's not go into anything in the dark, shall we?
Oh, alright, fine then.
As we're traveling, and in small interactions with Ro, do I notice he's always been a rather skittish, unsure individual, but he seems to be acting a little out of character lately. Do I notice anything in particular?
Go ahead and make an insight check to see if you can ascertain if there's something bothering him.
17.
Most of the times you've seen him has been when he has either been in a lot of trouble or he has realized that his situations have gone very, very south. So this is one of the times where you notice he has a slight modicum of the upper hand in the relationship he's dealing with here. So that could be part of why he's feeling a little bit more confident and a little bit more feisty.
But he feels like he has the upper hand. Good to know.
You get the idea that he feels very confident in himself at this point.
Sure.
Brenin, a word.
You see Ro kind of setting up camp off in the distance. A little bit away from you guys.
Sure.
I kind of forgot that he did that. Now, granted, that
what?
was like a day
Please,
after...
are you-
enlighten me.
It was like a day after I had met you. He was the only friend I had at the time.
Did you pull him aside by himself?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you knew.
I did. I apologize I didn't tell you earlier.
We are questing with a murderer of a Tallstadt member.
Yep. At the time, I was scared to lose one of the only people that I knew from my past, so I kept his secret, and then other things kept happening where other things seemed more
So you
pressing.
don't mind if you lose him now?
You know, he seems to be allied to the one person that wants me dead, so perhaps an eye for an eye in this circumstance.
I will do my best to hold my tongue during this. He is not.
My allegiances lie with you three now. Things were different back when it happened.
How much do you care for him? Back then to now.
Well, back then, like I said, he was the only thing that I could cling on to. So seeing him
No,
was...
like back then.
Oh, way back
when you were a group.
We have done a few jobs together. When we joined the guild, we ran a few odd jobs. This was one of our bigger ones. So, we don't go way back. Business partners, I guess.
So no feelings towards him any more than one of our members.
My allegiances
You
lie
have
with you.
more feelings for this guy to our group.
If he is under the thumb of Siror, then no feelings. I'm still trying to weed out exactly what kind of allegiance he has to Siror. But overall, at the end of the day, regardless, the three of you are what matter now.
Well, let's figure that out tonight, shall we? His allegiance.
I'll go back to the group.
As you walk back, I have my star sling in my hand, and I am staring daggers at Ro.
He's just been setting up his camp completely unawares.
While this is happening, I'm gonna join Ro in setting up camp.
Oh, I have it handled. Don't
No,
worry.
by all means, let me help.
No, I would prefer you actually don't. I don't like getting...
I go down and grab into the bag and start, without invitation, helping set up.
You know, I don't really work with clients. I'd prefer you do your thing and I do mine.
Well, sure. I don't prefer to work with clients either, but sometimes duty calls.
Well, if you're gonna handle it, then I will go off and do some exercises and stretch. And he just kind of starts walking off.
I'll pull my finger up. Bro,
Yes.
you're being quite, laissez-faire about this whole thing. The big heist we performed way back when went terribly.
Correct.
And now, the person that we tried to steal from, you are working for.
Yes.
And he almost killed me, and some of our compatriots are being experimented on in whatever he's doing with them, in the library and whatnot. And you're acting like it's just another day on the job.
Well,
I find that a little mismatched with how I've known you, my friend.
When he asked that, I want to cast the Zone of Truth.
are you doing that in a stealthy way, or are you just outright shooting out?
I'm just going to shoot it out and see how he responds.
That is
Let me-
a charisma's throw,
let me-
correct?
I gotta check all the spells since everything's changed. I want to make sure. Ah, frick. There it is. Okay. Yes, charisma save.
Charisma save, alrighty. I can't read that die very well. There we go. Let's see. Pull up his charisma stat. There we are. That is
And
a
it is
14.
that is the DC.
All right. So you kind of, it's around, and it encapsulate. How large of a field does it cover?
It's 15 foot radius.
Okay.
Right. On him.
It's around him, but you know that he has saved against the effects.
So I ask, how you're acting right now is a bit different.
Well, a job's a
If you would
job.
be so, if you would be so kind as to, let's speak honestly, please. And so, if you are I want to say ally right now, would you? We're not allies. If we are to
I'm not here to
Get-
hurt
get
any of
through-
you, if that's what you're asking. Like I said, my job is to take you over to the door. And then from there, my job is done.
or
We don't need
what?
an escort service. Why? What do you mean get us to the door? We're clearly capable adventurers.
Well,
What
you
happens
are.
if we don't?
If you don't,
Were you? Sorry, I'm gonna look to. Jesus Christ.
been a
Auran
while.
and say,
It's okay.
what happens if we don't? Were you told that when you were threatened?
Well, I was told that if we were to fail, I would be experimented on, similar to the one in the library.
So what if we don't, Ro?
then I am subject to the same fate as Auran, and my job is not accomplished. So it's either watch you and make sure you do your job, or I get sent back to wherever he's keeping everyone else.
And yet, earlier today, you picked a fight, whether you knew it or not. You knew that statement would get a reaction from both me, from both Tallstadt members, from the Bulwark members.
I mean, to be perfectly
So,
honest,
do you have a death sentence? Do you want to die?
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't care for any people from Tallstadt, especially the Bulwark. So, and I believe that was very well established at the beginning of all this.
No, I thought you were a fugitive. I thought you were hiding away from this guy. I knew nothing about you.
Oh, he didn't tell you why I was a fugitive?
No.
Oh. Sounds like the problem that you should talk with Auran about rather than me.
No, you brought up the Bulwark member that you murdered.
Again, a job's a job.
Who hired you?
Who hires anyone to do dirty deeds in Tallstadt, the underground?
Who specifically?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Are you still hired under them?
Not for the moment, no. I don't think they were very happy that you guys brought back the body so soon.
A man named
Anyone, please explain to me how this is going to fucking work.
It was a man named Lucius. He runs the underground Tolstadt.
Do I know the name?
Roll a history check.
Three.
It sounds vaguely familiar, but you can't recall precise information from it. It definitely has been across your radar as a Bulwark member, but as far as where it came from.
While I'm at it, Divine Sense this bitch. Is he the same? Does he come up with necrotic energy?
He does not come up with necrotic energy.
Okay.
He's an Narganasi.
He's imbued with the element of air.
Ro, you were gonna die in Tolstadt, and I got you out.
That is true, and I appreciate that.
Yes, you owe it to me to tell me if there's something that Siror, there's some secret in your contract or some secret goal that you have with escorting us to the door. This all seems too coincidental.
Well, if it's coincidental, it's because you guys decided to stay at the very spot where I was hiding out at, and he was able to find me in that position. And now I have this job, in which I am to escort you.
So you have a grudge against us now?
I don't have a grudge against you at all, no. I'm doing my job. Now, if you're fine with it, I'm feeling quite tired, so I'm just going to go ahead and do some exercises and then bed down for the night. I don't know if there's anything else you need me to explain or do.
Get the fuck out of my sight.
Happy to. And he kind of walks off probably about 60 or so feet into the plains. And you see him doing some like light stretches, practicing some forms with a rapier and a dagger, kind of going back and forth, sparring.
What is his
invisible
What does
enemy.
his area look like? Do you have like a cot, just a sleeping bag, or what?
Oh yeah, he just has a. It's basically a very simple bedroll, and then there's like a pack on the ground, and I'll say. Primrose, from you kind of like rummaging around and kind of pulling stuff out, seems to be pretty standard like adventuring gear. There's like pittons, rope, various other accoutrements that you guys would have on hand normally. Mm-hmm. Nothing out of the ordinary, no notes or letters. He didn't seem to care that you were going through it.
As he walks away, I want to cast See Invisibility.
Okay. Cast See
Is there
Invisibility.
anything on him that's invisible, like any floating orbs? Is there any floating orbs around us right now?
Nothing.
I'm gonna walk over and kick dirt on his bedroll.
Okay. Just put a little dirt under his pillow for
Oh,
the
not
dirt
a
man.
little.
Oh, a lot of dirt under his pillow for the dirt man.
I'm just kicking.
All right. Just kind of. All right.
How long is Ro out there exercising for after I get everything set up?
After you set up, he probably exercises and like spars in a, very going through set moves and stuff. Probably for about 30 minutes.
I'm gonna head out that way.
Okay. You see him kind of moving around. As he's kind of moving around, you're feeling wind like blow across your face. And as you get a little bit closer, and he does like it's sort of a finishing move, you actually feel like a small cut just raise up right against your cheek. And like, not enough to draw blood, but it definitely almost feels like someone dragged a knife across your cheek.
Cute warning sign.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you were getting close.
No apologies needed. It's my fault for not arriving announced.
Well, comes with the territory of all this, and you see him kind of like wind around him kind of whirls a bit and blows his hair and then just settles to the ground as he kind of like steps back into a relaxed stance.
I have some experience, and like, I don't know, but like shadows will start to lick at my feet a little bit. Sometimes your movements go far beyond what you expect. Been trying to master that for a while now.
Well, when your entire body is made out of air, you tend to learn to coalesce and harness it quickly before you get dissipated.
That's understandable. It's tougher with the shadows.
Sure. Is there something you needed? Something that I need to get for you?
No. Just fascinated. None of the others seem to enjoy this kind of physicality. And you haven't traveled with us before, but you're... don't want to say stealing the spotlight because it's not necessarily a show, but you're practicing my routine, and I find it interesting.
Well, I didn't realize that we all had a stage to sit upon. But
I
I'll
think
try
it's
not-
just the way I think about the world. Don't worry about it.
well, perhaps you should find a different stage at some point. Anyways, I'm going to lie down. Have a lovely time.
If you ever need a partner on the stage,
Just
I'll
walks
just
away.
kind of give
Doesn't
him a
really
knowing
acknowledge
glance.
you.
Yeah.
Just keeps walking.
Mm-hmm.
While they were talking, I'm gonna go to Auran. Auran, don't take this the wrong way. I need you to get naked.
No glass of wine first, Brenin?
You don't get drunk. Stop it. Don't say that.
But I'm a woman. I mean,
I-
even...
You are anything but a woman. Odavius, I'm gonna need your help too. I want to check Athena's body and any of his articles of clothing, anything that he would have had when he was with Siror Ozin, and I wanted to investigate or perceive for any kind of runes or markings or anything that magical that could be that Siror could be tracking through.
Okay.
Might as well look like the rest of the group while I'm at it.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you came up with like the false nose too, with like the mustache, that would have been even better. I guess, Auran, do you consent to this like strip search essentially?
Hell yeah, brother.
Research.
Okay.
Sure.
Snap. All right, you kind of strip down. Go ahead, roll investigation checks. Whoever wants to do that.
Odavius, do you still have guidance?
I think so, yeah.
What is your... Is it investigation, you said? Perception? Which one?
Investigation.
How's your investigation?
+4.
Yeah, you cast guidance on yourself, and I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Helping out.
Oh, guidance. Hold on 1 second. Not 20. Don't even need the guidance.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to say, but you don't find anything. You get very, very thorough. You even like kind of inspect the knife mark that was made by Siror, kind of stabbing Athena in the back. Doesn't seem to be any kind of track or magical symbol of any kind anywhere on Athena's person. You even kind of go through like her bags and stuff just in case there was like some random trinket that she got that was marked, but absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, the position you have put us in, Auran.
I didn't kill him.
I think that's victim blaming to blame Auran there, but
I didn't kill him.
after you kind of
I know it's not your fault, and I know it's... Well...
I mean, I didn't know about
it's
the
not-
hit until after it happened. I didn't know he was going to do that.
As far as we know, it's not Rose's fault that he's in this situation either.
No, but it is Rose's fault that he chose to kill a member of our organization. And it will be so nice the moment he missteps in our journey. Because if he does, I'm not gonna let him get away with it.
I very rarely misstep, Rose says as he kind of gets back to you guys. I'm quite graceful on my feet, but I'd be happy to give you the opportunity whenever you'd like. Now, is there a plan for looking into this town? It seems rather deserted to me. Something that we're going to do in the morning, or are we just simply walking through?
We'll do it in the morning. Keep watch overnight. See if there's any movement.
Of course, I'll take the first watch.
No, you won't. I'll take first watch.
Well, I will take any watch that people want me to take at this point. Or I can
How about you
just...
you just sleep, and
Wonderful.
the rest of us will take watch.
This will be the easiest journey I have so far. All right, well...
Oh, I so want to slit his throat.
I
bet
spit in his direction.
You see him kind of just use a small little gust of wind, and it just... and lands off to the side. Well, have a lovely evening, all of you. And you see him kind of walk over to his bed, look at the dirt, and kind of just... another gust of air, and kind of shoves all the dirt off using a gust, and then settles down into his bedroll.
How close are we to the town?
About a mile, when you kind of wanted to settle down.
Okay.
Getting probably at this point, maybe 7-ish in the evening.
I'll take first watch since I don't have dark vision.
Nope. I already said I'd take first watch.
Okay, I'll take last watch.
Who's taking the other watches?
I'll go. I only need 6 hours of sleep.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. All right, so let's do Odavius. Can you roll a perception check?
$14.
14. All seems really, really quiet. Even like animals around just aren't there. Everything just has this odd, eerie calm throughout the entire building. And you just kind of look around. Even looking at Ro has seemingly fallen asleep at this point and is just snoring. All right. Who's going next? Sorry.
I'll go.
Okay. Go ahead, roll perception.
During my watch, I will... okay, hold on. I'll roll perception for, like... I want to go over to the city, or town, for a second.
Okay. Are you leaving your body?
Yeah, I'll go into phantom form, look around to make sure my party is safe, and I just kind of want to get... Maybe not all the way there, but, like, see if I see movement, maybe just at night or something, and kind of just go up, like, 30 or 40 feet and...
I'll say this will be...
I want to keep an eye on my party to make sure there's no, like,
Mm-hmm.
attacks or anything, but...
I'll say this will be an investigation rather than perception check.
And
10. Again, kind of looking around, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot around you, especially regarding like things that would be unsafe for your party in the camp. So as you kind of go back around and go towards the village and fly around it, it is deserted. There doesn't appear to be anything there.
bodies?
No bodies. You're not seeing any like, and like you're not necessarily like late night checking this out, so you'd still kind of expect like lights on in the home, like maybe a fireplace or two going, depending on a couple houses, but there's just nothing. Like all the lights are out. Even like the larger building in the center, sort of like Lorith doesn't have a whole lot going on with it. Just seems empty.
Alright, I'll just go back and chill.
Okay. Alright, finish up your watch. Brenin, give me a perception check.
14.
14, same thing. Just eerie calm throughout the whole thing. Not a whole lot happening. You all get your rest slowly in the morning. Make your way up, rising up, Ro kind of stretches. Whew. Oh, that's the best sleep I've gotten on an adventure before. I appreciate it.
Looked at the village last night while I was watching. I didn't see any movement. And also to be mentioned that he sent a scouting party that never returned, so whatever is in there might be deadly.
I'll fill my little pouch up with some small rocks and things for my star sling.
Okay.
Everybody go ahead and add, or everybody has 3 temporary hit points.
Even Ro?
Yes, even Ro.
Okay.
If he... Don't you say a fucking word, I will strangle you.
Just happily eating whatever you made. Doesn't seem to bother him. This is quite good, actually. I could have you and Malik back at the inn. You could probably share some recipes.
Does strangling do nothing to you?
Anyways.
Yeah.
All right.
Onward.
You guys kind of make your way towards Ilorin. And as you begin, getting in towards the sort of gates of the town, very similar to Loreth, like there's a large central building, and then there's a bunch of smaller houses surrounding that are all attached to sort of like a community farmland around the area. And as you walk inside, it's nothing, much like what Auran saw before. There's no candlelight, there's no fires going, there's no one greeting you at the door. Nothing looks like broken or like a conflict broke out here. Everything seems just as it was if you were like walking through the middle of the night instead of it's morning. There's just nothing in here at all. You see in the larger building there's a small sign that says the what is it? The Sly Fox Inn, which is a little bit different than Loreth, where they didn't really have any spaces for adventurers to go. But other than that, it's just empty.
I wanna investigate the inn. Go inside, see if there's anything suspicious.
Okay. Kind of go through. Walk inside.
Go ahead.
Small creak of the door. And you look in. There's a couple flies here and there, and you notice that there's food on the tables. And it seems to be maybe half eaten. Like someone just went up and left after they ordered their food after a little bit. There's no one here, though. Just tables, chairs, mugs of beer and ale, cutlery. Nothing beyond that.
Do you sense anything, Brenin?
I'll sense. I'll do divine sense.
Don't sense anything. Nothing pops out of the ordinary.
I assume the food is like moldy, or does it look like fresh, like it was just put down?
Going over it, it's pretty obvious to tell that it's been here for a while, so it may not be like overgrown with mold or like gone rancid, but it's been out for a couple of days, for sure.
No bodies, no blood.
Anybody else getting deja vu vibes from this?
What was the first time?
The teleportation experiments that were happening in Tolstadt.
The what?
The teleportation group.
That's Ro asking.
Fuck off.
The nothing. You heard nothing.
Well,
I'm gonna keep searching houses. I'm gonna completely ignore Ro.
sure. Go ahead and roll investigation. Rose just looks around. I mean, if there's no body, there's no crime to be had.
21.
21. Find the similar things, like food left on tables. Even in one house, you see like a book has been left open and kind of fallen onto the floor. But yeah, just empty, nothing happening.
I'll shout out, "Hello!" into the streets and really loud.
Okay, you shout out, kind of echoes off into the distance. No response.
It would be one thing if the town just like all inhabitants teleported at once. Some kind of grand teleportation gone wrong. It's another thing that even the people who came to search after this town went silent also went missing or have not been heard from.
Unless something came back.
I swear to God, they're I was gonna say false Hydra, but the people remembered that there was a town and there were names.
Mm-hmm.
That's Brenin would not.
Is there a church in this town?
No, the not particularly religious area. Mostly just a large building. There's like attached to the inn is sort of the like the town hall where people would gather mostly.
Nothing there either.
No, just chairs, like a podium, small desk, an office.
Is there like a stable or something?
Nope. Not big enough of
No
a town. No, not really big enough of an adventurer town to warrant that.
Is there signs of animals at all?
Nope. Yeah, like you've seen before, it's very, very quiet.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to just help myself to some things. Anyone want any stuff? You see him kind of hop behind the counter. And
I'd be hesitant about anything in this area. Not because I necessarily am for or against taking things. It's neither here nor there. I'm just wary of any potential dangers involved with it.
I mean, it's a cask of ale. It's not going to hurt anyone.
No. For some.
It could have been a cask of ale that turned everybody into dust that blew out, and that's why there are no bodies.
Well, I've already turned into dust pretty much, so guess I'll have to deal with that. You see him kind of like reach down behind the bar, like normally keep there we go, and you see him just like punk and plunk down mid-sized cask, probably about like the size of a football, around small little spigot, and you see him pop out 5 tankards of ale.
I've just heard too many fairy tales of once you're welcomed, quote unquote, you're not allowed to leave. And a meal is quite welcoming, and so is a cask of ale.
Well, is it wrong if I'm the one welcoming you to it, rather than some thing?
Around one of the tables with the empty chairs and left food, can I throw a detect magic out just to see?
Okay. How far does detect magic go through?
That is 30 feet.
Okay. Your senses are assaulted by transmutation magic.
Oh gosh, like it's active.
Like it is like you decided to bite into the spiciest pepper and like everything just going off.
Oh.
You good, Odavius?
Oh, no, the transmutation.
Does that mean they got turned into food?
I don't know. Hold on. Because not only do I have detect magic, but I have dispel magic as well. So can I? Let's see. Let's see where dispel magic. That's a 3rd level spell. So this is 120 feet range.
Mhm.
Well, I guess I don't know. It says choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range.
Mhm. Since
So
you're not really sure of what the object creature, it is like everywhere that this transmutation. I'll say, with the guidelines of the spell, you're not sure. You're not just like canceling out one thing or effect. It is like everywhere. Like you even like look outside with your detect magic, and it is throughout the town.
wait. So do I use the slot then or not?
For dispel, no.
Okay.
It's more the traces of transmutation rather than an active magical effect happening.
Okay.
I'll say.
Is there? Do I with that detect? Does any area give off more of this than others? Like any area stronger than others?
Not that you can tell. Looks pretty just like
Because this is up to 10 minutes, so I can walk around town with this up for the detect.
I'll say as you kind of look around, it's more like a smoke or a fog that you're seeing all of this through. And as you kind of start walking out the door, and Ro is just going to start getting ale set up for people, you see him like turn the spigot, and then, it's dry. And you see him like pull his hand. Oh, it's kind of sticky too. That's weird. Shit. And you see a mouth from the cask just open up and
Don't you fucking
around his
dare.
hand.
This entire place might be fuck.
I'm gonna give him advantage.
Nobody opened
That
his
hits.
chest.
That hits.
Fucking mimics.
Hell yeah, brother.
Not a whole
town
lot of
mimics.
damage. 7 damage to him as the creature just. He's like, fuck! And you watch as the some chairs and tables around you just grow up. I'm gonna need people to roll initiative here.
Oh, baby.
Mother trucker, dude. Honestly, I'm just tempted to leave and let Ro deal with it.
Let's fly away.
It's true. Alright. 25 to 20. 20 to 15.
19.
15.
Okay, so we got Prim. We got Brenin. 15 to 10.
14.
14. Rose going before you, rolling with a higher dex. And then Auran.
How many are there?
I'll get to that once I get it down, and then whoop. Okay. And then we get to Odavius. What'd you roll?
9.
Sorry, bud. All right. So let me.
I roll
pull-
high on everything else but initiative. So I'll take it.
It was a miracle I rolled a 15. Well, 16 minus 1.
All right. So we'll say Ro is being represented by this little guy here, And we'll
Is
say
anybody
there's...
else having issues hearing him every once in a while, or is it just me?
He goes in and out.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best.
I think it's just your mouth to the microphone.
I'm here.
Get right up on that, baby.
And then there's a couple chairs surrounding the area, and then one more chair there. And then a larger table. Choop, choop. All kind of surrounding you guys. Kind of do that sort of configuration. So, Primrose, you are going first in this as the mimic just takes a chomp out of Rose's hand.
I sure am. Okay.
Were we all colored? Were all of our minis colored
Yeah.
last time?
You finish them? Let's see it.
Well, you got Primrose here.
Nice.
Oh, I love those colors.
Yeah. And then you got Brenin.
Nice. Very
Nice.
regal.
And then you got Odavius.
Sick.
And then you got Auran.
Cool.
And then you have Auran Shadowform as well.
Spooky.
Ooh.
Nice.
And then you have this little Swobold that I got working with Kobold Press, which was fun.
Which I captured for like a month.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot it was there. I took your sunglasses a long time ago, so
did.
it evens out. All right, Primrose, what are you doing?
Alrighty, I'm going to use my action to activate my Mantle of Shadows.
Okay, Mantle of Shadows, what does that do?
So, spend an action, twist the shadows around me for a minute or until my concentration ends. For the duration, I get advantage on stealth checks, and I gain the benefits of 3/4 cover, as the shadows themselves obscure my passing.
Okay. All right.
Then I would like to, so I'm just like, there's basically shadow me's that are like a second in time ahead of me and a second time behind me, and just, it's hard to pinpoint exactly where I am, and I slink into shadows. And then I am going to find some sort of place, like, tables and chairs probably aren't safe here, but I'll
There's
go into
tables
like a
and
shadow.
chairs, yeah. Okay.
I'll go to like a shadowy corner or something, or like distract with movement, and then I'm going to attempt to use my bonus action to hide.
Sure. Go for it.
And I get advantage on stealth rolls because of my Mantle of Shadows. And 3/4 cover is +5 to AC, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that was a really good first roll. So my stealth roll is a 25.
Nice. So, just giving you a general layout. We'll say you kind of hover behind that chair over there. All right, 25 stealth roll. Sounds good. It is now the Mimic's turn. Rolled very well on their initiative roll. The one that has Row in hand is going to bite him. Hits, and then going to bludgeon him with the pseudopod as one of the planks of wood just comes out and runs into him. That also hits. Wow, Row is taking some damage here.
What a shame.
What a shame.
Oh no.
All right, mark that down. And let's see. These are all going to come over to you. And they're going to make 2 pseudopod attacks on each of you. So, Auran, 2 pseudopod attacks. Oh, natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
And a...
Reaction!
Oh.
Negative.
So, it
Not
still
a-
hits. It's just not doubled, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. And then an 18 is the other roll. Does that hit?
It does. What just happened?
So his ability, I forget what it's called.
Sentinel on Death's Door.
Yeah, so he can basically like make sure you don't get hit with double damage from a crit.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there like a range for that, or like within 30 feet of you or something?
As a reaction, when you or a creature you can see within 30 feet suffers critical hit, you can turn it into a normal hit. Any effects triggered by a critical hit are canceled. You can use this feature. I have four per long.
That's neat. I like that.
Yep.
You take. I rolled really well on this one, so I'm sorry. 17
You're
damage.
welcome.
Thank you.
As
That
both
could've
of
been-
these hit.
that could've been
Boom,
worse.
boom. And
Make sure you get rid of the temporary hit points. Subtract the temporary hit points from the
oh yeah,
damage.
don't forget the temporary hit points.
Yep.
Wait, so was that just one attack or two attacks on
Oh.
him?
Yep, that was 2
Both
attacks. Yep, both attacks. And then I need you to make a strength check to see if you are grappled by this thing.
That's not allowed. No.
Saving throw?
It is athletics check, actually. As you're seeing this thing, very
Nat 20.
sticky. Yeah, as this thing hits you with the pseudopod, it actually kind of sticks to you a little bit, and you're able to like pull back before you are grappled by it.
I don't want that. I don't want
Odavius,
the goop.
2 attacks on you. One is a 24, and then the
Nope.
other one is a 13.
Nope.
All right,
Wait,
13.
I didn't have my shield out at the time, so my AC is 13.
Okay, all right. We'll do 2 hits for that. Thank you for being honest. That is wow.
Gotta be a D20 of inspiration, but okay.
I'll say give yourself a luck point for that. 14 points of damage as 2 pseudopods boom boom against you. Brenin, you're taking 4 pseudopod attacks.
Okay.
First 2, one is a 13 again. The other is a 21.
Yep.
Next 2. One is a dirty 20 and another 13.
Okay, 2 hits.
2 hits. Choo-choo. Not as good of a roll. 11 points of damage as smacks. Odavius, I forgot. Roll an athletics check, and Brenin, roll an athletics check for me as well.
Oh. I even have the mimic chest. For the occasion.
Hey!
19
19,
with a plus
save.
0.
Nice. Pass.
15.
15. All right. All passing. None of you are grappled by this thing except for Ro. Speaking of Ro, oh wait, no, Brenin goes first. Brenin.
Was that 11 points of damage for the 2 hits that hit me?
Yes.
Okay. And I only needed to roll 1 athletics since I had 2 of them on me?
Yes.
Okay.
It's only 1 strike that'll do it. The rest just general.
Okay. Let's see. Best thing I could do. I want to move 1 space south. And then I will... What is this? Who is to my north or southwest?
That is, or Odavius right here.
Odavius, okay. As a bonus action, thanks to my comrade talent, I will cast Help. I will use the Help action with my bonus action
Nice.
on Odavius. So that just means the next ability check that you do will be at advantage.
This includes attacks.
Nice.
Does it? Is that?
Yep.
Is that the ruling?
Yep.
Oh, okay. And then I will attack twice to the chair to my northeast.
All right. Go for it.
Natural 18.
That'll
plus
hit.
stuff. And then a... Oh, did the wrong one. We can use luck points to up attack rolls.
Yes.
Okay. Does a 12 hit?
12 does just barely hit, actually.
Okay.
You were attacking
Glad I did
the
not.
table or the chair?
The chair.
Chair, okay.
This is a D8. Oh, boo. D8 plus... Why did I not add damage? 5. For the 2 attacks, 11 points of damage total.
11 points of damage total. Okay, nice. All right, anything else for you?
Nope.
All right, it is now Ro's turn. Ro is kind of tired of this mimic on his hand, so he is going to work to break out of it. Sorry, let me pull up his stats again. There we go. So
This music is kind of fitting for being bashed by inanimate objects.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. He fails against the being grappled, so he's instead going to just make an attack on the thing. Does not roll very well. That is 9 to hit. Good job, Ro. All right. After that, Auran.
That one is bigger, right? The bigger dragon one. That's a bigger mimic than a normal.
Yep. So this is a table. The rest are like chairs, except for this one. This is the cask.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'll do Grim Harvest. That one, the big one.
Big boy. All right.
I'm gonna do it 2 times.
You do have one right next to you here, though. Just letting you know.
Okay, well so it's a ranged spell attack, so I guess that'll be a disadvantage.
Yep.
So the 2 dice I just rolled will be a disadvantage. So that's a 12 to hit.
12 just barely hits.
Hell yeah. All right. I'll just roll the other one if that's good with you. 10.
10 unfortunately misses. How much damage did you do with the...
I am working on it.
Oh, gotcha.
It's been a while since I've used this. 8 points of necrotic damage.
8 points of necrotic damage. Okay.
And
Just
he
make
is
sure.
baned for 2 on his next roll.
Okay. Sounds good.
-2.
All right. Oda, it is now your turn.
Let's see. I am going to move closer.
This thing is right next to you, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm not moving out of its range. I want to move in range of the table.
Okay, so over here.
Yep.
Perfect.
And I would like to do Vampiric Touch on the table.
Ooh.
Okay, what do I need to roll? Or do
So I make a melee spell attack.
Okay.
At advantage.
Right.
Yep.
Thank you. Needed that. That is 22 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
Okay, so the creature takes 3d6 necrotic damage,
Nice.
which is 9 points, and then I regain 5 points of health.
Nice.
Yes. That. Okay. And then I will pull out my shield,
All right, sounds good.
and that's my turn.
All right, Primrose, your turn now.
Alrighty. So, I'm gonna take a shot at the one mimic that is next to Ro. However,
Little cast.
however,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my pendulous parapet or periapt or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So when I make a weapon attack while wearing the necklace, I may forgo rolling a d20 to choose a result of 1. The next weapon attack I make within a minute is considered a critical hit, no roll required.
Okay, so it is automatically a natural 1. So you fail the attack, and you gain a luck point because you failed the attack. Don't forget your luck points if you fail an attack.
It specifically says for the item, failing in this way doesn't generate luck.
Okay,
Unfortunately.
All right. Well then.
Unfortunately.
All right, so you just miss. Ro just looks at you like, Cass still like gnawing on his hand.
Give me a second, and then I'm going to slide under the table and try and pop out on the other side. And as I do so, I would like to take my bonus action to hide again.
Okay. Choop. Go ahead, roll stealth.
Same result, 25.
Okay. All right. Mimic's turn. Chomp down.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
When does my reaction come back? Is it top of the round?
Top of your turn.
So I have my reaction now then.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I just double checking.
Yep. Once your turn comes up, you get all your stuff back. So, gonna have a bite and a pseudopod on Ro again. Jesus Christ, Ro is getting beat to shit. That was a nat 20 and a dirty, like a 25.
He deserved it.
Do you want to use your ability to cancel out the nat 20 there?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so nice.
On Ro?
Wait, no, is it Ro?
Yes,
Sorry,
it is.
I wasn't paying attention at all. No,
You're good.
Yeah, I'm making sure you don't do that.
No, absolutely not.
That's that'd be 24 points of damage to him. All right. Let's see. 2 attacks with pseudopods against Auran. One is 7. The other is a 23.
Yes, sir. One of those things.
All right. That's 8 points of damage to you, and I need another athletics check.
Is it 8?
8. You are now grappled by this creature.
Oh, sorry. I was confirming the damage. I'm rolling.
Oh,
now
yes.
for the...
Sorry. Yes. 8 damage. What are you rolling?
Oh my god. Nat 20 on my save. Can
Nat
I roll
20?
it on attack, please?
Yeah. All right. Well, there's going to be 3 pseudopod attacks against Oda. 2 from this boy, 1 from the table. Whoo! 7, 11, and then a 24.
7, 11, no. 24, yes.
Could have gotten a really good slushy.
Mm-hmm.
8 points of damage to you as well.
Okay, and at this point, I will use my refound action to do Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, yeah. All right. Dex save, right?
Let me double check. I think so. Sorry, I'm a bit of a mess.
Well, he rolled a 2 either way, so I'm sure whatever it is, he fails.
Yeah, it was a 12.
Which one did you want to Hellish Rebuke?
The one that hit.
The one that hit. That was table.
Yeah.
Yes, table. Sorry. All right. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Make sure I'm grabbing the right die.
And then the table rolls a dex saving throw.
Yep, table rolled the dex saving throw of 2, so.
Yeah.
So that'll be 15 points of fire damage.
15 points, nice. Math. Okay. Yes. Just on fire.
And did
Yes.
we decide that uses up a slot, or I have 1 free use?
That
I know
is
we
1
talked
per
about
use. Yeah, it does not use.
One
It's
per use.
one per day. Yep. All right. 3 attacks against Auran, or not Auran. Blah. Brenin.
Yep.
That's a 22.
Yep.
23.
Yep.
And an 11.
Nope.
All right. I keep forgetting. Odavius, roll an athletics check for me, and Brenin, roll an athletics check.
That is a 13 athletics.
Pass. Okay, you take 12 points of damage. And
Wait,
Odavius.
Hold on, did one
I
of
had a
did one
12.
of those attacks miss Brenin?
One of them did.
One of them did, yes.
Did you reduce the bane for whichever one he attacked?
Big
before?
attack.
Oh, yeah. So it would have been a 21 for the first one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
hold on. So you missed with one. I'm sorry to interrupt. Did you need to finish something, Odavius? I want to use a reaction.
Okay.
Well, I was just saying that my athletics check was a 12.
Okay.
Okay, you are grappled, Odavius, by the table. It has now wrapped its arm, and you're kind of like sticky against it.
So which is the one that missed Brenin?
Table.
So
Or
I'm gonna use
chair
my
here.
I'm gonna use my bracers of baleful reprisal. So when a creature misses, oh shit. Never mind. This misses me with an attack.
Okay. All right. All right. After that, Brenin, what are you doing?
Let's see. I will again bonus action help Odavius when it comes around to him,
Okay.
and then I'll first swing at the chair.
Okay. At the chair. Sounds good.
12 to hit.
12 will hit.
Frickin' rolls, man. 7 points of damage.
7 points. Still up.
Attack it again. Okay, 18 plus stuff.
That'll do it. Yep.
I will use a slot for Divine Smite.
Okay. This is considered a monstrosity. I don't think that counts with your extra damage.
That's fine. Trying to remember how many extra D8s there are.
2d8 if you're using a first level splat.
Okay.
I believe. Don't quote me on that, but it's fine. 2d8.
Okay. An extra. Okay. That was 6. 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. That one is dead. As it just clatters to pieces, and you see as you like smash into it with your divine energy, it clatters like wood and then just slowly like dissolves into the floor. Alright, that was 2 attacks from Brenin. Rose's turn. Rose going to make an attack and hopefully not fuck this one up again. He fucked that one up. Holy shit. Ro. Jesus.
Get it, Ro.
You're supposed to be actually good at things, Ro. Alright, so that's it for Ro. Oh, he needs to roll to see if he breaks out of it. Which he does, finally. Okay, Ro is going to bonus action disengage. 10, 15, 20, 25, and go over there. He is very hurt. So far. Alright, Auran, your turn.
Athena's body doesn't look very good.
Yeah, you guys have been slapped around a little bit.
So I'm gonna leave.
Does he have to use an action to try to escape the grapple?
No, it is happens at the start of the turn. Yep, go.
So you can automatically roll. It doesn't affect your actions or bonus actions
correct.
to try.
Yep.
Alright, so I'll enter Phantom Form. And then Xingshu. And then I'm going to swing with my longsword at that one dose times.
Okay.
For less. Let me make sure
Go
I
ahead.
actually do that. That kind of is annoying, actually.
The what?
So I can't. So like the way the thing works is I can't extra attack right now. I have to like spend more of my cells to do so.
Gotcha.
How high up is the ceiling?
Probably about 10 feet.
I will exit his radius and float up.
Okay. We'll say you are at 10 feet over there.
Or take an opportunity.
You will. Pseudopod. Yeah. 14.
Yep.
Okay. Make an athletics roll.
I roll these so well for some reason. 16.
All right. 4 damage as he bonks you.
I don't know why I thought you were grappled.
No, because I was confirming damage and then I
Yeah, that's right.
For it.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so then I'm up, so now I'm no longer threatened or whatever, plus 5
Mhm.
or within 5 feet, so I can use my ranged spell attacks. I'll do 2 shots. How is big one looking table?
He's taken some damage. He's looking a little bit healthier than, well, I guess he's the only one who's been damaged since the other one got destroyed. So he's looking a little rougher, but he definitely looks a bit stronger and tougher than the chair and others.
Alright, I'll shoot at the purple one that just hit me that I flew away from.
Okay.
Yep. Boom, boom. I'll shoot do the first one. 17.
That'll hit.
And I guess I'll just do the damage quick. 7 points of necrotic
Okay.
with 1 bane.
Minus
And
1
that'll
bane.
stack with this attack if I hit again. Second attack. 8.
8. Misses.
Darn.
Okay.
Digital.
Oda. Go.
Oh, duh.
Oda.
I will shocking grasp the table that just grasped me.
All right. Top of the round. Go ahead and roll athletics just to make sure I remember.
You have advantage, and well, you have to take advantage.
Unfortunately,
with the help action.
when you are grappled by a mimic, you have disadvantage, so it is just a straight roll.
Okay.
Wait, I have to roll to get away from it before I can do the shocking grasp?
Yes. Start of your turn.
Oh.
So whether you're trying to escape or not.
Oh. It was a 16. So.
16. You are free.
And then my shocking grasp is a 13. No, wait. Yes, 13. Sorry.
13 hits. Go ahead, roll for damage.
2d8 because I'm above level 5. 7 shocking damage.
7 shocking. Looking a little bit rougher as time goes on, but still a little bit hardy. All right, top of the round. Primrose, what are you doing?
Alright, let's actually do something here. Okay. With how much I've been using the whip staff, would you say I'm proficient with it at this point, or do I still got a little ways to go?
A little bit longer to go.
Okay, let's pull out my rapier instead. And
Who are you stabbing?
I'm pink.
I think only the green and yellow would have allies nearby for sneak attack.
Well,
Mhm.
should be hidden
Oh, you are hidden. That's right.
in theory.
You would
So
need, for the purposes of sneak attack, you would need to have advantage, which means you would have to have some sort of surprise on there.
Well, I hid last turn.
Oh,
is
yeah, duh.
yeah.
Okay.
So I would like to shadowy dance by going straight west to the one that's by Orin's body.
Okay.
And on my way through, give it a strike. Would this count as sneak attack if I did that?
Yes.
Okay. It's an automatic crit because of my parapet.
That is true. Nice.
So I am going to roll my damage plus sneak attack, which I believe is still only 1d6. I think it's 2 on level 3
Yes.
for rogue.
But still doubled.
And still
Mhm.
doubled, so it's 20 points of damage.
Woo! All right. That thing is looking real rough. Still kicking, but real rough.
Alright, and then I'm going to continue to dance right past it. And it can get an opportunity attack, that's fine.
That is a 17 to hit.
With 3/4 cover, that does not hit me because of my Mantle of Shadows.
Nice.
And then I'll go hide by the table again.
All right. Roll for stealth.
That is a 17 stealth.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Mimic's turn. This one's gonna scuttle over on its little cask leg over to Athena's body. And this one, these aren't intelligent creatures. They see a body on the floor and they're going to start eating it. So they're going to start chewing on Athena's body and begin consuming it.
Gotta find another one.
Quit that.
I'll say
when Ro dies, we can have his.
There's like 5 rounds at this moment until the body is completely consumed.
No.
With the 2 of them eating at it. So, but that expends their actions to do so. This one is going to do 1 attack on both Brenin and Odavius. So, first attack on Brenin, we'll say that's a 21.
Yep.
And that second attack on Odavius is a 9.
Negative.
Pretty good damage. 8 points of damage and athletics roll.
21.
Pass. And then 2 attacks on Odavius right here from the green one. Odavius, that is a 21 and then a 13.
21 hits, 13 does not, because I have my shield out now.
Nice. Roll a athletics check for me.
Nat 20.
Nice. And take 8 points of damage as well. All right.
Ow.
Brenin, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's see. I will swing at the table with my axe.
Okay.
19 to hit.
That'll do it.
6 points. 6 points of damage.
Still kicking, but it's on its last table leg.
1 more attack at it. That is a 16 to hit.
That'll do it.
And 5 points of damage.
That is gone now.
Alright.
Clatters, and again it clatters like wood and then just slowly dissolves into this sort of acidic muck onto the floor.
Okay. I'll go ahead and use my bonus action to help Odavius again.
Alright.
Then, is there anything else I can do? I don't think so. What did you say these things are? Monstrosities?
Yes.
Okay. That's it then.
Okay. Ro's turn. Ro's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 over here. And he's going to take a short bow and shoot down at green. There we go. Now he hits. How much damage does he do? With sneak attack. 22 points of damage to green over here. And that's the first time this one's been hit. So he just takes bow, fires it, and you feel a little bit of the wind just push it a little bit faster as it goes on. All right. That brings us to Auran. Your turn. You see and look down, the mimics are just on your body.
Yeah, so I don't want to do it, but point of clarification. Did they use their action to like bite it, or are they
Yes,
just trying
they're
to like eat it
they're
whole?
currently using their actions to consume it.
Mm.
So you have, I'm saying at this rate, you have 5 rounds. So this is the first
Sure,
round.
And I don't want to fight against myself, but technically my body has hit points. That's why I got out of it, because I didn't want it to crumble. But if
Well-
they're using their action to attack it, wouldn't that do damage?
They're not attacking it, they're eating it. So I'll say we'll just keep it on a countdown rather than tracking
Okay.
damage.
Alright. Sick. How is red and purple looking?
Purple looking rather rough after that crit from Primrose. Red has not really been hit at all.
Okay. So I'm going to use one of my Doom abilities. I'm going to use Cruel Pathogen here. So insects kind of wave around my arms and hands, and I shoot out, and there's a stream of insects kind of buzz around and go at red and green. So I need each of them to make a Constitution saving throw.
Red and green, you said?
Yes.
All right. Red con save is a 14.
Yep.
Green con save is a 5.
That fails. So the one takes half damage.
Okay.
God. So they both take, or the full damage is 7
Okay.
points of poison damage.
Poison
And then I
damage.
guess 3 or 4, depending on if you round it up for us or not.
Round up, so 4 damage to red. Green is
4 to red.
dead, as it just gets consumed by the insects and...
Yes, and actually, because of
Oh.
that, when a creature is killed by this ability, the insects devour it and come back to me with the flesh and nutrients. So I gain hit points equal to my X modifier thing, which is 3. So
Nice. Cool.
that's all.
All right. Oda. Everything's kind of clearing out here. There's 2 left over here. Purple's been hit quite a bit. Red has not taken any damage so thus far.
How are my compatriots looking?
That's up to them to tell you.
Brenin is looking rough.
I don't know if you can see me, but I'm doing okay.
A small
Thank you,
thumbs up comes
Italian
up from behind the.
Okay. I would like to... Can I go up to the rough? Or no, you said the purple one's looking rough, the red one isn't? Or...
The purple one is looking rough. Red one has not been hit.
All right, I'm gonna go up to the red one.
Okay. We'll go 5, 10, 15, like right there.
And I will do an inflict wound.
Inflict wounds. All right. Roll that attack.
At advantage.
That's true.
+16 +7, 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, then I do. Eight, 16, 20 points of necrotic damage.
20 points of necrotic. All right. That one's still kicking, but looks rough.
And then let's see. I don't think there's anything else I can do at the moment. Yeah, that'll be it.
All right. Prim, your turn.
Let's do the same drive-by on purple, coming back the other way. Do I have advantage?
Yes. Well, you do not have advantage, but I'll still allow sneak attack since you've been stealthing and they haven't noticed you.
Okay. I wasn't sure if the hiding gave me the...
Yep.
advantage or not, but okay, that's a 20 to hit.
20 will hit.
Alrighty. Whee! That is 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. That one is gone.
Okay. I've used pretty much all of my movements. Can I use my bonus action to dash, go in and grab Athena's body and start pulling it away and take the opportunity attack for the body nibbles?
The thing is, it's quite a hefty orc body, and you are not a
little
strong. I'd say you'd have to use your action to pull it out.
Okay.
And pull it.
That counts.
What else do I have? I guess in that case, I'll just stay in the way, and bonus action I'll give a bardic inspiration to Brenin.
Alright. Alright, it is the Mimic's turn.
I would like to, if possible, impose like a body myself in between the Mimic and Athena's body, but
Mimic's gonna try running away. Gonna go 5, 10. So Primrose and Oda take an opportunity attack.
Can this be a spell or not?
only if you have Warcaster.
Yeah.
I don't.
Do you have Warcaster?
No.
Would be a talent.
17.
17, that hits.
So it's just an unarmed attack then for me, or what?
Well,
Pick a
whatever
weapon.
weapon you have, yeah.
Oh, I didn't have one else. I didn't know if I could.
That
do it.
is 10 more damage.
10 more
From me.
damage?
Assuming I had sneak attack, because I think Oda was right there when the...
It would only be once per...
Oh, okay.
Once per round, and
Yep.
your round had gone by.
That's true, that's true. Okay, so I'll subtract the... So it's, what did I say, 10?
Yeah.
So
Correct.
it's only 7, because I rolled a 3 on the sneak attack die.
Let's see. What does my... Oh, sorry.
Sneak attack says once per turn, so I'll make it 10.
Okay, 10.
It's whatever your strength plus your proficiency bonus on whatever
Yep.
you roll.
Yeah. It's just... My mace is a... 15.
15, that'll hit. Go ahead, roll for damage. Add your strength to that.
I don't have any, so...
Yeah, fair.
1 damage!
Well, either way, between your strikes, this thing just kind of out and is dead. Between the two of you, just stabbing at it. And thus ends the combat. Waiting on Oren to come back.
How bad is Ro looking?
Pretty darn rough. He got hit with a lot of natural 20s and had a thing just like gnawing on his hand. So like you see his hand is like missing a couple of the like top of his digits and things, and like there was like acid, so there's kind of acid burn along his hand as well. And he's just like, motherfucker, son of a bitch.
I'll be able to hear, but I gotta step away for 2 seconds.
They're good.
What did I tell you, Ro? Unwelcoming.
You know, when you have a point, you have a point. Fuck. And you see him just like holding it and waving it around to get some of the spit off.
These
Well, I guess
people were
we
turned
figured
into
out
mimics?
from what Odavius said, there was a lot of transmutation magic. So if they were transmuted into these monsters, they could explain why there are no bodies.
I don't know if it'll help, but give me a second. And I'm going to sit down with that expensive ass pearl I bought for this ritual spell, and I'm going to cast Identify.
One sec.
Yee. I don't know how different it is from the 5e version. Upper.
I guess you can't see him. He's kind of hidden by the mic. There we go.
Yee.
Goodness, took a long time for me to spell. So, identify is you touch an object,
Mm-hmm.
and you learn its properties and how to use them.
Sure.
These are technically not objects.
Okay. That kind of answers the question. I mean, we kind of already knew that too, but...
Yeah, these are not considered objects. They are considered a creature.
Yes.
So yeah. You see, the corpses are kind of burning acid into the floor and leaving like acid burn marks throughout the tavern. And you guys look around. Ro just looks, would you mind if we just like get out of here? I don't want to like sit down on a table and have it try and bite off an ass
Yeah.
cheek.
Let's go to... out.
Okay. Thank you. And you guys go out and step outside and suddenly understand why there's nothing around here and no animal or wildlife around.
So there's nothing we can do to get anybody back.
As
No,
far
it
as-
seems like they were all eaten.
Or transformed, or...
What kind of magic could transform all these people at one time? Or at least the majority of them.
Well, mages tend to experiment a lot. It's not uncommon that some experiments go wrong, either due to maliciousness or due to ineptitude.
Do wizards come out this far to do their experiments?
Wizards will go anywhere for their experiments, quite frankly.
Is
There's
anyone allowed to just come into a town and transmutate everyone that lives there?
They don't
well,
notice.
they would notice, but that probably more of a question for Siror than me. at
Do we
this
think
point.
those are the only ones in this town, or do we need to search to check
With
everywhere
how
else?
many people went missing, there's more.
I mean, Oda, from your past spell, you said it was like a fog on the town, correct?
Yeah.
So most likely, if we want to clear the town, we need to basically demolish it.
Yeah, we'd have to.
Little XP farming?
Too bad we don't have the XP.
Plus
we don't
one
care
XP.
for XP. It's milestones.
Milestone, bitch.
Destroying a town? I mean, in a previous campaign, somebody did that and they got super powerful.
It would not help you. I'm sorry to say.
Well, I guess there's not much we can do here more. Might as well just carry on.
We can
The mountain.
report, at least.
I don't want to go a day
Yeah.
back.
What was that,
Well,
Oren?
I don't want to go a day back just to tell
Well,
him that.
It was...
Well, it's on the way over towards the mountains.
yeah, we already went out of the
Oh,
way.
is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you.
we went out of the way to get
Whoop,
here.
I heck things up. Boop. Boop. Why do I do this to myself? Yeah, so here's Gellin. Here's Lorith. You went to Lorith, and then you kind of went a little backwards for Illyrin. And the mountains are over
Alright.
here.
That's fine.
Might as well report back what we found.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be able to notify the proper authorities and see if someone was doing some under the table things. But fuck my hand.
What, you want to kiss? Want me to kiss it?
No, it's gonna take a while to form back. Just
Much rather
takes a little
chop
bit.
it off, if I'm being honest.
Actually, you see him just kind of like wave, and then his entire arm just disappears. Just go like that for a bit, at least saves the pain.
Fair enough.
But let's see.
We haven't taken a short rest at this point yet, right?
Nope, it's probably about like 10 or 11 in the morning.
Who's all injured?
I am,
Ro raises a hand.
but also Ro.
You don't count.
I'm totally fine.
How's Athena's body looking?
Not good. I'll swoop back into it.
There's some teeth marks all over, some acid burn across from the mimics.
I will
You need to find you a new
do.
body?
Maybe. Don't expend the resources on it. It doesn't quite take as good as your organic flesh.
Right.
As long as we don't get into another scuffle till we sleep, I'll be fine.
Well, we'll see what happens.
If it's just me and Brenin, then I will just do a couple cure wounds on us.
Okay, do you want to do Athena at all?
He said, "Don't waste it." Right?
Okay.
You can save it. It'll be at half the rate, 50% for my body.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, cure wounds on both you, Brenin.
Yep. Let's see. So 4 plus 4, so 8 points.
Yeah.
You get 8 points of damage back.
Alright. You guys kind of walk back towards Lorith, and you kind of make your way. After a little while, Ro reforms his arm, and you see it's still a little damaged, but much better than what it was before. Fuck. Still stings. And you make your way back to Lorith. You see the strong one sitting at command. Oh, you're back. Welcome. Did you find anything? Everything okay? You seem not the same that you came back, that you were here.
You'll need to notify the authorities that the town has been overrun by mimics.
Damn. Well, I wanted to think that things were just okay and they just moved places for some reason, but all right. I'll let the smart one know.
Do you know what could have been? I guess, why don't we talk to the smart one?
That easier. All right. Head on in.
I'll go.
Stop by the handsome one and he'll get you some supplies for your troubles.
We'll do
See,
that.
the handsome one gives you, like, we'll say a month worth of rations. Hands it off to you of vegetables and food. And you go into the town hall and you see the smart one standing there.
Do you know what could have possessed someone to change an entire town to mimics?
Well, the wizards do their thing from time to time, and at this point we can't say whether it was because they wanted to or if it was some sort of experiment gone wrong.
Well, it's a bit fucked up. Who would ever want to live here?
You're okay with that?
Well, it doesn't happen often, and most of the times these are replaceable and things are reversible, but from time to time you have these other things that happen where it comes with the territory.
Sometimes I agree with the bulwark, it seems.
Thank you.
Well, again, not a normal occurrence by any means. It's not like every other town is turning into mimics or getting eaten by them.
For now.
Well, for now. But the council will take care of things and make sure this is righted and families and all others are compensated duly for their problems.
Alright. Anything else we need? I can't think of anything at the moment.
I think we're good to start on our other mission.
Alright.
Okay. You guys begin moving your way towards the mountains, and easy enough. You've already kind of traveled this road. You get towards the mountains and get around the place where you remember the door being. As you kind of make your way, it's probably been a couple days' journey. You all get your long rests and things and reset that. And you arrive. You're probably at this point, before, if you want to do anything, maybe 2 miles, 3 miles away from where you remember the door being.
I don't know where we're gonna find this
Yeah.
key.
Well,
It's gonna be a giant goose chase.
there might... I haven't really had a chance to test this new spell, but I might be able to find a little bit more information about the door. And if not, at least it's a hub to start our search.
I can also talk to some of the dragonoids, like I did before.
I'm sure Siror has a plan as well for you guys arriving here.
Do you know? Because if he had a plan, he should have told us before he came out here.
He told me to escort you guys here. Whatever he does beyond that is not really in my purview.
Oh, so we're here. So you can go, right?
Well, I gotta make sure you actually get to the door.
That's another reason I think the search can start at the door.
Alright, to the door.
Alright?
I don't like that our DM is giving us time to do stuff before whatever he's about to fuck us with.
His wording also makes me feel like the door isn't there anymore. It's like where you remember the door.
You guys walk a few more miles, and the door is there.
Okay.
Except it's not. Haha!
And it's a dragon, fuck you.
Wow. Okay.
It was actually a dragon's butthole the entire time.
Oh, shit.
Gateway to the abyss.
That was the one below. They unearthed
Yeah,
him
what
a
were
little
the two
bit.
words again? What are the two words? Incarnate and
Harbinger.
harbinger? Those are synonyms for butthole or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Or
You
whatever
guys,
enters it.
and they did enter. They were pulled in, actually. So
As
You
we
guys-
get to the door, I'm going to turn to Ro. All right, we're at the door. Bye. Hope you don't fall down a mountain or anything.
all right. Doors there. Great. All right. Seems like we're at an end, and as he's in the middle of like saying his thing,
There we go.
there's a flash of light, and you see Siror in his place. Now that that's done, well, thank you for working with Ro very well. Now let's take a look at this door, shall we? You see him just walk over to it, inspect it a
I'll
little bit.
come join him. Sure.
Ah. So what do you notice, Primrose, about this door?
I'll sit down. Like, just put a finger up, but not necessarily in a rude way. And I'll sit down, pull out my pearl, and I will try to cast Identify on the door. If I have to focus on a specific part, I'll focus on, like, the lock of the door, but...
There is no magic properties of the door
Okay.
or the lock.
Okay.
There is at least not any magic affecting it at this point in time.
If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. I don't know if that matters.
This was not created by a spell.
Also, for Identify, if you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it. I don't know if that would have mattered.
No, there were no spells affecting the
Okay.
mimics. Well, what can you tell me?
Door seems innate. Any sort of magical properties connected to it are probably almost entirely within the key, or within the combination of key plus lock.
Very, very good. I'm glad you were able to suss that out. Now, let me see if I can glean anything else. And you see him just put his hands on the door, and an arcane eye pops up on the top of his forehead. Interesting. This
It's
door,
made of stone.
the stone is made of stone. He's just a moron, actually, in entirety. Everything else is just wrong.
It's made of stone.
I would have loved to hear those lectures.
You see, this rock.
He has entire bookshelves of how he speaks.
The rock tastes like a rock.
I
Schnozzers.
just licks it.
And then he passes it around for other people to lick. And they're like, oh yeah, it does taste like a rock.
Suddenly, I'm not so intimidated anymore.
Yeah, right.
This is the guy who stabbed you in the back?
Yeah, right? It was actually an accident. He tripped on a book and ended up there and was like, fuck, I gotta do something with this.
Everybody gain +3 temporary hit points again.
Alright, what are these sus?
So, he turns around. Interesting. This one is done by the ancient humans who existed in the mountains before. There's not a whole lot about them, but constructed long enough ago, at least by the years I can tell from it, you may have discovered part of a lost civilization. Dates back to probably the formation of the clans and the ruination and the fighting back against the Glanfar clan.
If this was ancient humans, I'd imagine this happened pre-apocalypse then.
That is very true, which draws into question your hypothesis of the magic interacting with the door. Whether it is magical or not, that'd be curious to see, but kind of looks down towards the lock. It appears that there is quite a bit of mechanism underneath. It would need to be quite a complicated key. So, that would be something very delicate and possibly hard to access, or if it does still exist, it might be broken. Might be a problem. Well,
I mean, nothing no matter the size of the lock, I imagine can always be picked in some way.
this one is a complicated one, but let's see.
Give me a hand and let me try.
Well, by all means, go ahead. You
So
see
is
Oro
Ro
step
Ro
back.
just your employee now?
Oh, we made certain arrangements.
Where is he? Where were you when you switched places with him?
Oh, I was having a lovely time drinking tea with some of the council members.
So he's with the council members right now?
Oh no, the spell allows me to put him back where he needs to be.
So he's in a cell somewhere.
Depends on what you define as cell.
Experimenting chamber?
No, he's earned at least a couple more days of freedom.
Whatever
Anyways.
you do, make sure he suffers.
Interesting. What'd you roll?
I was gonna turn any guidance or help I could get would be greatly appreciated.
Sure, I can give you the help action.
Okay.
Guidance.
Advantage?
Sleight of hand, correct?
Yes. Advantage in guidance.
Guidance is D4. Let's grab that guy.
I'll do a
Already
divine
looking
sense.
all
while he's doing
right.
that.
You'll do what?
Divine sense.
Okay.
Anything from the door, Siror Ozin?
Nothing coming off the door. Siror Ozin does not have any fiendish, undead, or celestial coming off of him.
I gotta redo the math. 26.
26. Even though you kind of are pretty decent with locks here, this one is a complicated one. You would need to probably spend days, if not weeks, just studying the
Yeah.
lock and having
I
the
was wondering
intricacy work
if
out
I could
of
at
that.
least learn some of the mechanism behind it and potentially how it was constructed, and maybe what like a key would look like for this thing.
A key, from what you can tell, kind of working on this thing a little bit, a key would be roughly the same size, like it would be one large object, and then it would be very intricately detailed to fit in a lot of the slots that are placed all around the area to kind of like shift and have the pins shift in the right direction. So you're looking for like a large rod that has a lot of intricate designs all across it to perfectly shift all of these keys into the right place.
I'll kind of like get up from my knees and like, my fear is that even if we do find this key so intricate that it either had to be made of some sort of incredibly impervious material or it could just not work.
That is the problem. It would have to be either very well preserved or we would have to reconstruct it very, very carefully. But I'm trying to remember. DM is making a history check. Did you tell him that you can about the one below that you talked about with the drakes?
That is an excellent question that I'm not fully sure of.
I don't think you did,
Are you
I don't
talking
think we
about
did either.
because I think you just
specifically the conversation with the Drakes? Talking
Yes.
about the one
Yeah.
below.
Yep. I believe
Did
you just
we?
told him about going to the door.
Yeah,
We told them the words, didn't we, when we got sucked in?
yeah.
Yep, but that was not with
And we might have
NF
mentioned
drakes.
something about it. I don't remember though.
We'll say you did not, and I'll double check, but...
Fair.
Well, this is quite a predicament. But, let's see. And you see him kind of stick his hand into the lock, and Arcane Eye opens. The last location of this lock would be underneath the mountains.
Key locked inside, huh?
Well, could be another door area, another city, but these readings are never always completely accurate. And, Oren, you said you were not able to break through to this door.
Correct.
Well, it appears you've done your job in terms of bringing me to this door. I'll have to mark it for study here in a bit. So,
Anything else you need from us? If you couldn't tell, that was a rhetorical question.
not at this moment, but I'm happy to keep you in my mind for a time.
Feel free to not, though. You know what I mean? Are you going to send it back Fart Boy or what?
Oh no, he's done his job. I'll keep him where he's at whenever I need him.
Do remember, above all else, we were sent to send a message from Elise, and I hope you didn't forget that message.
Oh, I've already sent off and talked to people about that. Why do you think I was having tea with council members?
Seems
But the entire reason we were doing this is because you couldn't communicate to the other side without messengers like us.
You do have your uses from time to time.
Why do the council members go nameless?
Well, when you hold the true name of someone, you hold a certain amount of power over them.
So why are you okay with us knowing your name?
Do you really
He's
think
not a council member.
Do you really think Siror is my real name?
what is a real name besides something another person gave to you?
All depends on your perspective.
Is there any way that you could help us with a quicker way back to back to town?
Where are we going?
I
Where are
mean,
you going?
Brenin
Going
has
back.
matters
Oh, yeah.
Going back home.
Well, you are close enough to Talstadt. I could send you back there with a little bit of time. But if you're heading back...
We have business.
Nothing else. Do it.
To Talstadt?
No,
Close enough.
Holstadt.
no,
Close enough to where we're going, correct?
no, it's not.
that's back in
Odavius,
not
Odavius,
magic.
what do you need? What else do you need to do here?
Well, I was just thinking of
Oh, gallant.
your thing. So I was thinking we go back
No.
to the town with the handsome one and
We
that.
do not.
Oh, okay.
We're going
All right.
back to Talstadt.
Okay.
Well, that was a confusing discussion, but let me prepare, and you see him just take some time and, like, carve out some sigils into the mountain. I need to prepare these anyways, if I'm going to be bringing people here.
I'm going to whisper to Brenin. Are we sure he's actually going to send us back to Talstadt? Shouldn't we just walk there?
He needs to send us back anyway. Maybe
How
not.
long is this taking?
Probably
Good
better
old
part of an hour to carve out
Yeah.
the sigils and stuff.
I'll pull Brennan aside. I'm not necessarily the wisest individual, but I have an inkling of why you might want to run back to Tolstadt. I could be very wrong, though.
What do you think?
I think that despite Oren's rough past, he is doing his best.
I'm simply doing my best for this individual not to know any more details of my past. I don't want them to have any sway over me. The less they know, the better. And at this point, they know us too much.
That's fair.
This is some swanky music.
I know, we're in Italy.
I know, it's just a playlist as it's going, so I apologize. It's a little too lighthearted for this occasion.
Next.
He finishes up within the hour. Alright, now, if you wouldn't mind stepping in, if I remember correctly, this shouldn't be too hard of a landing. Talstadt doesn't have any protections against teleportation in or out of the place, so we'll have to see where you end up. I'm not as familiar with the place as I'd like to be. I'll try and get you as close to the capital as I can remember. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Oh, before I send you off. Auran, I hope you know how lucky you are to be out in this lovely, lovely air. And I hope you know that I will be finding you and have you in a glass bottle for my own needs one day. But until then, you seem to be useful outside of it. As does your friend Fro. I think I'll hold on to him for a bit longer. Anyways, goodbye. And you see him just like slam his hands down, and the sigil glows, and a portal up, and you guys are able to step through and fall for a second and land on the ground. God damn it. Hitting buttons, I shouldn't. There we go. And you land in some sort of forest, small foresty area, and you look and you see the capital of Verlikite off in the distance. What would you like to do?
I'm sorry we could not return home, Brenin.
Brenin is going to cry out in a visceral, animalistic roar, spewing out his breath weapon. At the same time, unleashing all of the pent-up frustration and lack of control that happened over the last few days.
You guys
As
watch
this happens, I'm
just
gonna
like
pull.
fount of fire erupts from his body.
I'm gonna pull Auran and Prim back because I feel like I've seen this before.
Where'd we land? What's
Like
around
just
us?
outside of the capital.
You're in kind of a forested area, like maybe like 3 miles from Verlikite.
Perfect. Brenin is gonna go chop down a couple trees, just getting all of it out.
Okay. You see him just like some of the trees are actually like catching fire from your breath as you're just like hammering away at tree stumps and like just sparks of burning leaves falling around you. And just a person full of fury as you guys just watch someone very composed and very sure of themselves just lose it.
Now that we're back on this side of the mountain, while he's venting his frustrations, I'm gonna go send another message to my sister.
What are you saying?
I gotta. I'll send it to you again because
Okay.
I gotta do the counting and shit. But,
Yep,
yeah.
sounds good.
Orin will go over to one of the trees that's not being mutilated.
Yep.
And I'll sit down, and my body, I'll come out in the phantom form and just kind of look at my hands.
I'll go join.
Introspectively.
I'll go join Auran if he is willing.
Okay. You'll just kind of sit and watch the chaos unfold. You see a couple trees just as Brenin just essentially John Henry, or no, that was the railroad guy who chopped down the trees.
I
Oh,
don't think did we have a fairy tale or like a
Yeah.
folk tale for
Was it
chopping
John-
trees?
Was it John
no,
Henry?
it wasn't John Henry, but I know what you're talking about.
Whatever American folktale about chopping trees,
Yeah.
going through, chopping down probably 3 or 4 at this rate, as he just like see beads of sweat, just exhaustion making his golden scales slick, and like hot fiery breath still coming out and scorching some of the trees as he works on them. And after a while, Brenin, how many trees would you like to take down?
He will go until exhaustion, and once that final swing that barely clips anything, he just gets on his hands and knees, breathing heavily and crying.
I'll float over to him and put a hand on his shoulder.
I'll go with Auran and try and pick him up, put him over my shoulders, even though he's way heavier than me. Let's get you out of this armor at the very least. What's it? Doffing and donning? I'll doff his armor.
Doff. Okay, you just kind of like a squire, kind of attending, taking off armor slowly, taking off breastplate and shoulder pads and all that jazz.
And I'll create a little fire, little comforting campsite, and I know I have it. I'm trying to find it, but it's the item that I got, the clockwork like bucket thing or stirrer.
Oh yeah.
Automatically like stirs. And
Yep.
I'll make like a homemade dish for him for once because I know he always cooks for us.
Okay.
As I'm helping Brennan doff his armor, I'll kind of say to him, "We might have to take a different path than you're used to, but you know, one of these days we were gonna kill both of those men, right?"
If I die before those two, then my life has been for naught.
Don't worry, we won't let that happen. You can trust us on that. How many times have we gotten off scot-free already? It's bound to happen again, right?
Okay. Odavius, you hear sound back in your mind. I'm so glad you're okay. I hope your friends are okay too. Come visit sometime. Ellie misses you. And that's it. And you all just gather around the campsite. Rest around well into the evening, I'm assuming.
I'll do my nightly routine of practicing with the staff whip and general routine practice and whatever to decompress.
As you kind of start decompressing and as the rest of you kind of get ready to just settle in for the night, you notice some lanterns coming towards your way.
I will stand up and approach.
I'll go up into the trees in phantom form.
I imagine Brenin did make quite a scene, huh?
And you see some Bulwark members kind of walking out in the night, looking around. And they spot you first, Odavius. Odavius, everything okay? We saw tower flame.
Yeah, Brenin and I were on a adventure and had some rough times, and Brenin kind of let all his frustrations out at once. Apologies for the ruckus.
Is everything okay? Is he injured? Is there anything we can do?
I'll come up behind Odavius, put my hand on his shoulder. Brenin alters, returning back to duty. And he looks like his old self, back from when he was back in the Bulwark.
Of course. Would you like an escort back to the capital, or would you prefer to camp for the night?
I'll look at Brenin.
We'll camp one more night.
Of course.
No worries here. We'll be back reporting in the morning.
Of course. Well, have a lovely camp. And they turn around and walk off.
Before we return to our compatriots, I'll turn towards Brenin, hand on his shoulder, and say, "We'll take as long as you need." And then I will also convey to him the message with my sister, because he knows, about my family and all that, and just let you know.
Ellie is who?
Ellie is my sister's daughter.
Gotcha.
So my niece.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you reached out.
Yeah.
For the best.
Honestly, I really didn't reach out until you had mentioned going home. And it kind of spurred me along to reach out. I know there's I'm sure there's a lot of resentment that you couldn't return home, but there's maybe a little hope in returning to my home to see my family once again. And I'm sure that my sister and Ellie will welcome you with open arms.
We'll definitely get that set up in the coming few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you draw to the close of the evening, get your rest, as restful as it can be, and you awaken the next morning. What are you doing?
I believe it is time that Brenin and I return to the Bulwark and check in and we have some decision making as to what we report to whom. But yeah.
We, DM discretion. Did we typically use like something considered vacation time, off time? Do we essentially have to report where we went and what happened?
This was a mission given to you by Elise that was supposed to be off the record. This was your unofficial vacation time and using your time. And there's not like, they're not keeping track of how many days you're gone. They're just like, okay,
Right.
come back when you can. So yeah, this was not an official Bulwark mission.
Yep. So I don't. I mean, we'll probably return to see the situation back downstairs, but I don't. And just let her know that message was sent. I'm sure she probably already knows, but
I think she already knows.
Well, I agree. However, communication across the border is difficult. But good to check in.
We also
Well,
need
we're
to check
just-
in with Malachi
oh yes.
because
wanna
we
see
technically
Malachi.
have a job that still needs to be paid, or
Yes.
did we technically get paid?
Well, they paid us.
uh,
Yeah, they paid us
it-
at the.
they paid us at the location.
They paid us
Yeah, they
at
paid
the
us at the
location.
location.
But
Okay.
Still would be nice
Well.
to visit him.
Malachi does
Yeah.
have other jobs
Yeah.
he
He
can
might
give
have
you.
more stuff to do.
Right.
So, and at the same time, we'll be able to figure out what's been done about the person currently, whatever creature is locked away in the Talstadt or the Bulwark cells.
So what do we want to do first?
Brenin, I don't know how deep in your ways you are now, but to accomplish those goals, a little bit more vacation, quote-unquote, might be required.
If vacation is required, then so be it.
All right.
Okay.
To be
So
honest, kind
I
of
think,
pity-
right.
Yeah, who are you going to first?
Brenin, before that. I don't know if we talked about this prior already, but I did some looking into your past. And I believe the perpetrators are members of the High Council.
Yeah, I had my suspicions.
Perhaps if we were to get powerful enough to resist Siror, we can find more out about the council.
Surprisingly enough, he kind of needs us alive right now, and we kind of need him alive, both for information and different kinds of information.
Mm-hmm.
But after that information is acquired, both sides are probably going to try to kill each other. Or experiment, in your sake.
We have a long ways to go before that time, hopefully. We have a lot of growing to do.
Mm-hmm. I think Brennan and I need to report back to duty with our respective elders within the organization, and
How
then
about
we can go from there.
you all move?
Auran,
You're
how
welcome.
comfortable are you being around Elise now with the connections that she has? Because she's
I have
friends
a
with Siror.
I have a feeling they're
Uh,
friends in the way that wizards are always. All wizards are friends. They use each other.
I'll let you guys
They're
do
work
that.
acquaintances.
Yeah, I'd rather not have her give updates if possible. So I'd rather, not that they can talk necessarily, but I'll sit this one out and do some other things. Wait for
How
you.
about you go talk to Malachi?
I'll go talk to Elise. You two
Oh,
can talk to the
Malachi.
shield.
Oren sprints over to the city.
Malachi!
It's a freaking skip. Malachi. Malachi.
You're right, I'll go talk to Malachi. How about
Wondrous
we all
days.
agree to meet up at Malachi's after we do our thing?
All trauma washes away at the mention of Malachi.
I'm not
Well,
waiting
I mean,
for
I think Brenin and I will both go to Elise as well.
Well, I figure...
Let's meet. I gotta go back to my notes. Where did Golden Goose? Yes, Golden Goose. We'll meet at Golden Goose Inn.
Okay.
Are you two planning on talking to both your shield and Elise?
I am at least. Well, like
I'll only go to Elise if she's on the premises.
If need be, I can be the messenger to Elise.
How about
Field
you come with us to the bulwark, and if she's there, you can talk with her then.
If not,
covertly, and if not, you can try to go find her.
Fair.
And technically, I'm not Field. I'm somebody else.
No, the shield.
He's talking about the shield, the blue dragonborn.
What is it? It's like
leader.
Tyrion. It's not actually Tyrion, but it's something like that.
Ronald.
And
Tyrion.
definitely not close to Tyrion. What the fuck was I saying?
Ronald the Shield.
Right.
Just gives off big Tyrion vibes, let's be real.
Yeah. Alright, let's have you guys do that. So, let's go to...
Okay.
Let's start with the shield as you guys go towards the bulwark.
Is Elise on the premises? Because it'll change where I go.
Well, because I'm gonna go down there if she's there too. I assume Brenin is as well.
It's been a number of weeks, up to a couple months.
Not a couple months, more like 1.5, maybe a couple weeks.
Are whispers about that Elise is still on the premises?
Let me get started with the shield as you guys kind of go out towards the bulwark.
I will consciously not be present at the meeting with the shield.
Okay. You guys walk up towards the shield. Brenin and Odavius, you kind of walk up to his office, blue dragonborn, covered in scars and blinded in one eye. Sitting, writing. Looks up, sees you. Back so soon.
So soon? I thought we had overused our vacation time.
Well, glad you're back anyways. Is there something you require? Is there something that you'd like to talk about?
An update on the creature being held.
Yeah, Celise is still down there, working with several of the court mages on the barriers. As far as we can tell, it is contained. Some of the experiments run by court mages and the bulwark have not given much in terms of origins or intentions of this creature. Appears to react towards darkness, seems to favor it. It seems to not be affected by radiant or light damage in a stronger capacity.
Not vulnerable.
Not vulnerable. We haven't been able to separate it from its host. And we're still not entirely sure whether the host is still alive at this point. Elise's readings into its mind are treacherous to navigate, to say the least. Mm-hmm. And whatever remains of that court wizard in there may not be there anymore. But
understood. Are there currently any quests or have any events happened in the last month or two while we were gone that we should be aware of?
Surprisingly, things have seemed rather peaceful. The elementals and earth elementals you described have halted their attacks based on your strategies, and we've negotiated some deals. We've actually had some bulwark members go towards the King of the Mountains, as you called it, and negotiate a little bit. As far as other things are concerned, still movement to the north that has been reported that you guys investigated, but under your recommendation, it's been seen as benign. So far, things seem okay.
That's
How
good
much-
to hear.
How much knowledge of the daily happenings from the other side of the mountains are officials with Tallstadt are aware of?
Depends on which officials you ask. I am delegated to the concern of internal affairs and what happens inside the country. If you're looking for spies or networking, that would be something you could talk to the staff about. If you're looking for armies and movements, that would be something you talk to the sword about. Currently, they are in a discussion with the king about what is happening over there. I'm not quite interested in those discussions.
So we do have spies over there, and I have thought that with negotiations with the King of the Mountain, it might be beneficial to maybe inform him of how the other side treats elementals.
We have been aware of their harnessing of elementals for some time. Given the tenuous nature of our relationship with...
Bless you.
A little bit of sparks and electricity coming out of his nose. Given the tenuous nature that we have with the King of the Mountains, we figured it's best not to mention it at this point, as he could just simply see it as a problem with all humanoids rather than just that side.
Fair.
But we are aware of that.
Is there any work that needs to be done? Any other outings that are currently needed?
There's currently a change of guard happening. Where is that? Change of guard happening in... where's that shit? In Riverside. Perks up your ears a little bit. Odavius, this is where your family is living. Riverside
What's happening
is
there?
just a change of guard, new rotation, retirements, deaths. Just need to change. I don't have the official paperwork in front of me, but something along those lines.
So you're looking for volunteers to go down there?
Well, the placement would be a long-term placement. It wouldn't be something that you could go down and stay there for a week and return.
Okay.
But other than that, it's been a rather benign set of weeks following the chaos that you left us with.
Yeah. Who's Lucius?
See him, look at the door and nod towards it.
Is it closed?
It is open right now.
I'll go and close it.
Lucius is the current leader of the underground criminal sect that's been operating in Tallstadt. Why?
The messenger that got killed a couple months ago. Do you know what his background was before joining the Bulwark?
I'd have to check back on the paperwork on it. But are you thinking it's... We figured it was connected to the underground in some way, but do you think there's more of a thread to be followed?
Hmm. From my journeys, I've been able to learn that Lucius, or someone from the underground, did have the messenger killed. We know of who the assassin was, and we know that that assassin is currently being held, most likely a hostage, by the mage Siror Ozin. He is a prisoner for different reasons than any kind, whatever job he had with the underground and Lucius.
I'll make a mark of that and have that updated. Thank you for the information. It appears even when you go on vacation that you never quit.
I wish.
All right.
Okay. If you don't have any special anything for us to do, we'll take our leave.
I just wanted to... You're talking about the guard change. You said there were some deaths involved with the guard change at Riverside?
Retirement. I'd have to look back on it, but a retirement death usually happens when we have a change of guard. So
I just didn't know if there was anything suspicious about the death, or if it was just...
as far as I know, no.
Okay.
Good. Change scenes to Primrose.
I'm poking around for Elise.
Okay.
Start with where the creature is being held.
Yeah, you kind of go over to the holding cells and you see a guard's posted, and he kind of holds you there for a second, and then see him like one syllable, and then has you pass. You
Thanks,
see
Elise.
Elise sitting down, drinking some wine from a glass, and just watching. You see there's a far more completed sigil with 4 court mages surrounding it. Now, what can I do for you?
You want this conversation to be public or private?
Depends on what exactly you want to talk about.
Well, it's about our mutual friend.
You see her like roll her eyes. Falstad, take care of this for a moment. And kind of turns to her quarterstaff, snaps her fingers, and door opens up and enters.
I'll enter after her.
What happened?
Message delivered. I don't know. I know communication across country lines is difficult. Figured report back. Knowing Siror as I do now, which is an unpleasant amount, who knows how seriously he took it, but message is delivered, and see how far amongst the council it has spread.
Siror takes matters of security seriously enough.
He also has his own proclivities he likes to tend to.
We all do.
It's true.
See,
Any,
kind of just like
any
throw our eyebrows up a little bit. Anything else?
Any updates on that thing?
It's contained. We haven't learned much more about it beyond the same reasons Shield listed. But it remains contained, which is a good part.
I don't know if this is something that was fully, like, at the forefront of your attention. Is there any evidence of any similar beings?
Not that we've been able to tell. This is unique. I mean, there have been ghosts and possessions that we've kept track of, but none that are like this. The ghosts usually possess and overtake the entirety of a person. This one seems to only be active in the dark.
Mm-hmm. Guess I should ask it rhetorically. Do you have any other need for us?
Not at this moment, no. But I'm sure we'd be able to contact you if we do.
Everyone loves to say that. All right. Well, pleasure doing business, as always.
Of course. Thank you for the update. Clicks her fingers, lets you back out. And we'll go to Auran, who's happily skipping over to Malachi's workshop.
After a meeting with Elise, I would also like to skip over to Malachi's workshop.
Sure. You guys all kind of go, and we'll go with Auran first. You kind of walk up to the big brass gates, and the big automaton stands. You feel that wave of sort of magic energy wash over you for a second, and then doors open.
We'll skip
And you
in.
see flying a little finch, robotic finch. Welcome! Are you here to see Malachi and purvey some of his wonders, or are you here for a job?
I'm here to report on a job.
Kind of nods its head, flies off, and you kind of walk back around where you remembered his little hut being around this sort of background surrounded by forestry. Very different from his other, like, tall brass, metal encased buildings. And you see him sitting out, just drinking from a little saucer.
Malachi, wonderful to see you.
Good to see you. And you see him kind of wheel his wheelchair mobility device around. Figured it was you coming along. It's been a while since I've heard from you, but I got those horses back, and word back from the job that you have successful in solving some problems. Very odd circumstances, it seemed like.
Yes, the Lord of Worms, right out of a comic book, it feels like.
Yes, some of these people, when they get a hold of some sort of magical power, they seem to give themselves the strangest names. But, regardless, is there a job you would like to pick up, or perhaps we would like to formalize our patronage at this point? But
So have we been paid for the job?
you got paid when you were there.
Oh, okay. Well, I know we
Quick,
discussed
before you do
prior.
that, I just want to know how much longer are we going to be?
Not too much
Okay,
longer.
I probably need to drop some too.
Like, is there?
Yep.
I was going to say, is there like a time?
Like a couple more minutes.
Okay.
We discussed
Alright.
before, if we were to do some jobs for you, a very special, one-of-a-kind, unique item that perhaps you could supply me with. I'm just wondering if anything's in the motion or if more needs to be done to get that. I'm, as you can tell, a collector of prized things.
Well,
And one of mine is this clockwork owl, and I'll kind of pet the clockwork owl on my shoulder.
well, is there something specific you would like? I forget if we talked about this.
I don't think it was anything specific, but something, that was one of its own, not something that's mass-produced in your shop, something that...
Yes.
Special.
Let's see. See him kind of think for a second. Oh, that's right. I'm currently finishing it up. I can have it sent somewhere. Once it's finished, should only take a few days. I was hoping you would come back. I'll let it be a surprise, unless you would like to.
Wonderful. No. A surprise. I will, rather than have it sent somewhere and have it risk being misplaced or something, I'll just stop back in a few days.
Of course.
Do you have any other jobs you need done while we're out and about? I'm not sure of our next steps as a group, but perhaps we can do something while we're out and about.
Your friends are part of the Bulwark, correct?
Correct.
How would they feel about working with the underground?
Probably not great. After recent events have made their loyalties not very close to the underground, specifically to Lucius.
Well, I have a few jobs that are adjacent with them that would be worth looking into. Perhaps discuss it with them if they feel comfortable for that. And I'd be willing to extend my patronage to compensating them for their time.
Can I get a genre of what kind of a job it is?
An investigation of sorts. Appears to be some sort of rivalries stopping and starting amongst the underground at this point, as always happens when there's a shift in leadership from time to time.
Is Lucius no longer in charge?
Lucius is in charge, but fairly recently in charge. Some factions surrounding the underground don't quite want him that way.
Gotcha. I will let you know. Is there anything else? Or is it just those?
I'll have to think. I'll send word if I have anything else within the next few days as you're staying around.
Wonderful. Might I just say I love the place. Beautiful. Number one fan.
You are always welcome back. Happy to be your patron.
And I will maybe have a little cup of tea with them before leaving.
All right. For the sake of time, we're going to call it there and have you guys meet back at the Golden Goose Inn and get back that way. So thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye!
Boy.
Thank you for watching Swing and a Crit and Miss. If you liked it, give us a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And we hope we'll see you next time. See ya!